The top G of chips manufacturing is on the verge of becoming a bottom G, all because of this newfound partnership between Intel and Nvidia. In this video, we cover everything there is that you need to know, so let's get into it. Everyone thinks Nvidia and Intel are rivals. Nvidia makes the GPUs, driving the AI boom. Intel is the old chip giant trying to catch up, but this week flipped that story. On September 18th, Nvidia and Intel announced a partnership. Nvidia will invest $5 billion in Intel at $23.28 a share, taking about a 4% stake. Sounds like just another investment, except it is not. The deal is about building new hardware together. We are used to Intel making CPUs and Nvidia making GPUs separately. Now, Intel will design custom CPUs for Nvidia's AI infrastructure and produce system-on-chips, combining Nvidia ray tracing chiplets with Intel CPUs for high-performance computers. Instead of bolting CPUs and GPUs together afterward, they are designing them as one. If you think this is only a co-marketing play, it is not. Nvidia is bringing NVLink interconnect to make racks of servers behave like one giant GPU-CPU supercomputer. Jensen Huang called it rack-scale AI supercomputing. Huang and Intel CEO Lip Bhutan said they had been working on the architecture for over a year. Huang said the partnership gave him confidence to become a major Intel shareholder. Tan called it a game-changing opportunity, combining Nvidia's AI leadership with Intel's strengths in data centers and computers. For Intel, the stakes are obvious. Many see it as fading, outpaced by AMD and TSMC. This deal brings validation and capital. For Nvidia, it might look like overreach. It already dominates GPUs. Why bother with CPUs? Because demand for AI hardware is exploding. Controlling the CPU side, Nvidia tighter control over performance, cost, and supply chain. Pairing custom CPUs with GPU chiplets lets it build systems tuned to its own software stack. Huang also pointed to the PC market. He said 150 million laptops are sold each year, but the CPU-GPU integrated segment has been largely untouched by Nvidia. With Intel, they are creating a system on chip that fuses CPUs and RTX GPU into a virtual giant chip, something Nvidia has never offered. You might assume this means Nvidia is moving all its manufacturing to Intel. Not yet. The investment still needs regulatory approval, and Intel will manufacture only some components, while Nvidia evaluates its foundry tech. Another assumption is that government pressure made this happen. Both leaders said there was no political involvement. The market reaction was telling. People expected a small bump. Instead, Intel stock jumped nearly 30%. Nvidia shares also rose. Analysts called it a rare double win. For Intel, this is more than a balance sheet boost. With Nvidia as both investor and customer, it can claim to be back at the high end of the market. For Nvidia, the partnership is not charity. It brings tighter integration, better cost control, and a broader supply chain at a time of global foundry constraints. And for the wider industry, the old assumption is that US chip making has been losing ground. This deal signals a different story. A leading GPU designer and a veteran CPU maker teaming up to redefine how data centers and high-end PCs are built. Key things to watch: how quickly Intel can deliver custom CPUs and SoCs, whether Nvidia shifts more manufacturing to Intel, how regulators respond, and whether the promised performance gains appear in real systems. If it works, the collaboration could produce server racks acting like one enormous computer and open a huge new PC market for Nvidia. Huang estimated the combined opportunity at up to $50 billion annually. Big partnerships also carry risk. Intel must execute on manufacturing. Nvidia must maintain its edge. Both must navigate fast-changing chip supply, AI demand, and government oversight. We have seen chip companies partner before, but rarely this deeply. This mixes equity, custom hardware, and a long-term roadmap. Bottom line, many still picture Intel as a fading giant and Nvidia as a standalone powerhouse. But Nvidia investing $5 billion into Intel is not just a cash infusion. It is a bet on reshaping the CPU-GPU ecosystem at a time when AI demand is exploding. Whether it becomes the blueprint for future AI hardware or just an expensive experiment, it is one of the most significant moves in the semiconductor industry in years.